This is the Levels Network. I'm Justin Horo, joined by the Triple OG Widemu Mason.
Widemu.
OG, Triple OG Widemu Mason. And Tim Zoo's biggest fanboy, the bro, Leaky Stowe. Shout out to Tim Zoo. I was going to rock that shirt today.
It's pretty cool.
It is a great
Or
shirt.
the other one that you...
The other variation.
The other variation?
Is that the one that
I
I've
looked
got?
at it.
Yes.
One we're in Vegas on?
Yeah. I was going to rock it in and I was like, you know what? I've been going oversized the last couple. Whenever I get myself in, sometimes you just need to train. So I didn't train this morning. I'm going for a run today. Kits on, training.
I was thinking that I actually this morning I said, have you been training?
No, training this morning.
I'm glad you put it on.
Yeah.
Because you know you have to go.
Once I leave here, bang, straight in. We're going to get after it. Speaking about getting after it, we're going to be getting after it in the Ashes. And just before we started the show, boys,
what's happening?
We heard some news. Our man Buzz Rothfield. How do you do it?
Buzz Rothfield. Bro, that's killing me. I never knew Jordan Ricky.
Yeah.
Now I love him.
Yeah. You've been a bit of a Jordan Ricky hater.
Yeah, because I just know how much talent he's got. I'm not a hater. I'm just like, because I know how much talent he's got. Even Walsh and all these sort of blokes. I'm like, I just want you to get the best talent out of what you got. And when I saw that, it just like fucking went up levels. So
what notch were Ricky and Walsh on before the grand final?
I mean,
and what notch are they on now?
Before playing, I can't fuck with them. They've both had outstanding, but just the shit off the field. I mean, like, look, I'm a bit old school and everything like that. The tinning of the hair, the nails and everything. It's not my go, right? It ain't my style, mate.
Does that affect the way you view them when you watch them?
Fucking hope it does.
Yeah, because there are people like that.
Yeah.
There are 100% people like that. But then
I do a little bit of homework and I'm not this fucking idiot who just goes, oh, he paints his nails, so he's a shit bloke. No. I ask questions to a lot of people.
I've always been vouching for Ricky with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, I heard he's a good kid. Yeah. I heard he's a good boy. I heard he's a legend. I heard that, but I'm like, yeah, sweet. I'm good. But I don't just go out there and just because of the way he looks. Yeah. It'd be like, because I got hit with that brush a lot when I was playing, right?
Yep.
They didn't know me. They just looked at the way I looked. They looked at the way I looked, the way I played, the way I acted, and they went, fuck wit. You know what I mean? So it's just like, so I'm very careful on the way I judge these young men. And some of the shit that they come up with, bro, it's funny.
It's been good. It's been good.
And it's been entertaining.
Credit to the Buzz.
Sack of potatoes.
Credit to the sack of potatoes. Have you seen his reply?
It's good.
Have you seen his reply?
Yeah.
Have you seen his reply?
No, but I heard he's all right.
He handled it well.
I think Buzz has gotten a little bit old, right? I think I might have got the real arsehole Buzz. Ruthless Buzz, editor Buzz of the Telegraph and everything like that. Like whatever he said went, man. Like he was the editor. Now the Buzz that we see now, bit more of a larrikin, bit more of a, he's taking the piss a little bit. He has to. Otherwise, he'll go right down and he won't have any rapport with any of these young players. It's pretty funny that like Jordan Ricky's going, Buzz. I think it's pretty cute. I reckon it's pretty cool for Buzz because they're not really like calling him out going, fuck you, Buzz. And then Walsh is getting on there and, there's just a little bit of tongue-in-cheek and I reckon Buzz should be, I reckon inside he'd be going, yeah, I'm all right.
He's feeling it. Here's one thing. Like rapport, I don't think they've never cared about rapport with players, especially the top journos, right? The top journos, they write their stories regardless. If they can manage and keep and create relationships in the meantime, then that's a little added bonus because maybe there is a carrot for each other down the road. I just think it's more the change in the landscape of creators, social media, where it's more the consumers and people, despite. There may be some of the newer generation that look at Buzz and take the mickey out. There's still a lot of consumers that obviously take Buzz seriously and follow him. And for sure, he's got a really powerful platform. But he also understands the demographics that are following him. And if he was to go back at Jordan Ricky after which was lighthearted fun, then he would look like a burger.
Yeah, he looks.
And I reckon he still had a slight dig at him, saying like he didn't know who Jordan Ricky was until someone.
Come on, mate, you did.
Hey,
yeah.
Jordan Ricky, look, resume, grand final winner, couple of grand finals now.
Couple of tests.
Played for his. That was. In saying that, he had to have some sort of dig back.
Well, he had to have something.
And it was a little one, right?
And that's the thing with the journos now, right? They've got to be very careful because they still have that old guard there controlling that, and that's a bit of their demographic. But like the Gen Zs, they're watching. They ain't watching 360. A lot of the Gen Zs, they're watching a little bit.
No, they still do.
They do, but I'm like, they're watching Levels. They're getting most of their news from us.
Yeah.
Right? Where Buzz is like, you know, he's that old guard, like Reedy and all these sort of blokes. So it's different when you're a journo and you're just writing papers, right? There's a face, a little bit of a face in the corner. No one really fucking knows what you actually look like as a human, right? And now we know what you look like. You're a scrawny old man. Right? And then you look at Reedy.
I feel like you're going to get way too much.
No, Buzz. No, Buzz is cool. Me and Buzz got a love-hate relationship. We're cool.
Yeah.
If I saw, when we were in England, we'll have a beer, we'll talk shit. We'll fucking, you know, it's all good. I don't have any
love to have a beer with Buzz.
I do not have any beef with any journos. I just call it how it is. Don't fucking say it. Like, if it's wrong, whatever. So, like, I've called Buzz out a couple of times. He's fucking hammered me a couple of times. It's just, I don't take shit personal. Right? And then, like, so now you got guys like Brent Reed, you got, you know, all these other blokes that are, you know, Shamus and all these sort of blokes. You put a face to the name, right? And the whole thing, right? You see him at clubs and you see, you know, you're like, I see what he looks like.
I'm talking about more the consumer, right? You're talking about being an ex-player. You're talking about the relationships that you have. We're in the media now. I'm talking about purely the consumer, and there's definitely still a place for 360. There's the journo potty that Lukey loves with us, with Kempy. It's all about clips, mate. It's all about social media. And if you can nail clip, and like I said, going back to that point where Buzz was able to he'll go on 360, play a different character on there because that's a part of what it's like. You play a character, not play a character, probably more authentic here, but you have to be a little bit sharper when you go on Channel 7.
Of course,
I've got to do the same when I go on SEN. That's just a part of being when it's not actually our thing. You've got to play a little bit more of a character. For sure, Buzz does that when he's on 360 because that's the character he has to play. But the changing of the landscape and understanding the blowback that comes with clips and social media is the way that I think it replied because
he did
Lukey, you're a big fan of the journo potty. Yeah, you love it. I like the clips. You listened to the actual potty of Shamus and Mr. Exclusive, don't you?
The Wednesday Triple M pod.
Yeah, they're pretty good. I like Shamus. Shamus is his little protege.
Yeah.
You know, like, so, like, Weidler's the OG. Like, he's been around for a while, man. And you know, that old glass houses sort of thing, like Paul Kent, glass houses, right? Danny ain't like that. Danny don't roll like that. He lives like and breathes everything that he says. You got no dirt on that man at all. He lives a fucking very, very clean life, right? So it's not like you're going to be catching fucking Danny Weidler fucking with anything.
All right, let's get to the replies.
Anyway, sorry. Who's going to be over there? They're all going to be there on the tour. So Danny's going to be there.
Are they?
Yeah. So Shamus is going to be there.
Yeah, going to be there. They said on their potty this week.
Oh, really?
So I'll be doing stuff for Channel 7 as well. So it'll be a ratings war.
Ooh.
So I'll be just bullying fucking Danny out of the way from Channel 9 and Shamus.
I can see. Oh, is this going to be Anchorman?
It's like Anchorman shit. Yeah. It's Anchorman shit.
Anchorman. So levels? Are you levels or you got to be levels?
Oh, levels and 7.
Levels and 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll just fucking Dorothy Mantle's the same. No, it should be fun.
Yep. Let's get to the replies from the show. There were some really good ones, and there are a couple. Sometimes this is why I love our show, the way we've built it, and I've said this before. People have asked me questions about why they think, you know, our podcast is popular, why people you know, sort of follow us and we're doing okay for sure. Like, obviously, the chemistry that we have as a pairing.
I ask myself that as well.
As a pairing. But one of the things that I keep telling people, and I've said this maybe a number of times, so if you've been with us for a while, you know this, but if you're a new listener, and when we're getting heaps of them, one thing that I've always said is a cheat code is that I rely on our audience to build our show, the listeners to build our show, and it builds. And you get comments, and sometimes you get comments like a couple of these where you're like, you know what, I missed that. I knew it happened, but I missed it. And it's obviously the audience feels like they're a part of it with us when they, you know, able to have a comment that's read out. They love it. But also, like, it's a cheat code for me because in a way, like, I'm a producer for this show by coming up with the notes, but you guys help build out our show. Yeah. So, like, we've got like 3 or 4 really good ones from the grand final where I was like, you know what, fuck. The listener nails those.
They know it.
And we can't see everything, and sometimes we don't see everything. Sometimes we see it through a different lens. So I just love some of the comments, and this is the best one. This is one of my favourites.
Can I just say one thing before that? Like, every time, just say you see, like, if anyone sees us out, like, most of the comments are like, we love the show and everything. And I'm always thinking, why? Why? You know what I mean? Like, well, why do you love the show? It's just two blokes talking shit. Because I feel like we're there. Like I feel like
I'm part of it.
I feel like I'm part of it.
Yeah.
I feel like the way that you tell stories that I'm actually there in England, or I'm actually there and there, and you know what I mean? Cool. It's like I said, oh, that's kind of cool. He goes, that's the way you tell your stories. He goes, I feel like I'm actually there. That's why when people come up, it's like it's like a high school hug or something like that. I said, do I know this bloke at all? No, they're just listeners. But they feel like they're part of the show, and they are. They are. They fucking are.
We've done it since day one, and we will continue to do it because, like I said, it helps me build out the show. And this is an awesome one. I got so many likes off the back of it because it's such a good comment. It's such a good reply from Monday's episode. Shiba has got to have the best single year for a train and trial player ever. So easy. Started from round 1, Origin player, NRL Premiership.
Like all 3 Origins.
All 3 Origins. No, he only played the decider. He came in for the decider. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because Rob Toya, who was there first? He got called into the decider.
Toya was in there first.
Yeah, Toya was in first.
I thought he played all 3.
And they moved Hammer. And Val had a stint in the centres.
Okay.
And he played the decider only, which was obviously huge as well too, by the way.
More pressure.
Premiership winning player, 2 tries in the grand final. And now he will be a part. I honestly, when we look at the lineups I think he's the left centre for the Kangaroos. I think he's the left centre for the Kangaroos for the Ashes. That is an unbelievable rise. I talk about this all the time, and again, this is one of those things. Apologise if you've been with us for a while. You know this. I'm the journeyman. Mace is our star. I love these journeymen. So these are the stories that I love to bring up. So shout out to Travis.
This is the best one.
Travis Nansen. Really good comment.
Name a better one.
Oh, there's no one comes close. No one comes close.
Just the tips off the end with the Aussie team. You know what I mean? It wasn't good enough. Scoring 2 tries, right? Yeah. Even playing Origin. Yeah,
Origin decider.
Origin decider. Held his own easily.
In New South Wales.
In New South Wales. And then going on this run, getting dropped.
Yeah.
Coming back, getting his spot back, dominating. Then winning this 2 tries. And then, imagine how good he's when he got named in the Kangaroo side. Like, I remember being in, like, when Willie Tonga was named in the 2004 Kangaroos team, right? Like, he had one of those years that was just freaky. But, like, just to get named first.
After the grand final.
Yeah, after the grand final, it's like, it's so emotional, right? I mean, like, it's my 3rd year in the green and gold. So I was like, I felt like I belonged, right? And then, like, when he's just sitting there crying, and it was just like hugs everywhere. We're in T2, and it was just like, but it was just like, you know, like Mark O'Mealy and Andrew Ryan and all these sort of blokes. Like, I don't think Oak had been on a Kangaroo tour.
Oh wow,
yeah, yep. Or Andrew Ryan. So it's a very, very emotional time. And that would have been so special for him and his family and the whole Broncos team. So well done.
And also, like, it didn't come without adversity too.
No,
adversity?
Adversity, yeah.
What does that sound like? That's wrong. Anyway, so he gets dropped. He treats himself. North Queensland, last round. The second last round.
Mad Cow got him.
Mate, credit to Madge as well. Madge dropped him, right? He was playing so good. Madge dropped him in the final round. That was a must-win game to finish in the top 4, Mace.
And guess what?
And then off the back of that, we'll get to it. And then he flogged him. He said it himself. He goes, mate, I just flogged him to the media. And then he was able to earn his spot back for a do or die, not a do or die, but a top 4 game.
Yeah.
Which was they had to win down at Canberra.
But they opened that window up, right?
Yeah.
We said that. They opened the window up, and look what they did. Jesse Arthurs went mad. Mariner went mad. All the outside backs, whoever was in the outside backs. Karapani, they put their best foot forward.
Yeah.
And if he didn't love this kid, he had every right just to go, all right, we're going to go with the winning team.
Yeah. What a story.
What a story.
What a story. One of the best training
Story
trials
of
of
the
all
year.
time. And, you know, a slept-on factor as well. Remember the start of the year, it was the Shibasaki goatee. Randomly, he just got rid of it at the back end of the season too.
Yeah,
Wonder
like,
why? Because he's had it for years. Like he had it at Newcastle.
It was weird. I seen him before I remember watching before when he was doing the grand final photo. I was like,
is it gone?
I'm trying to remember. Can you go and look?
Is it gone?
Can you see any highlights against Penrith if the Shibasaki goatee?
I think it was gone following.
Shibagoji.
So he got rid of it for grand final week. That's a huge move. I wonder what happened. Maybe he went to go get it touched up.
Maybe when he touched it, they fucked him.
and he fucked the line.
You got to go to Barbarians, son.
Did he have it? Are there any pictures? Can
No,
you
yeah, he's got it. It's a
perfect
Against
goatee.
the Panthers?
Actually, the newest. So he had it 23rd of September,
I love how we talk about his goatee.
and he got rid of it for Panthers.
He got rid of it for Panthers.
Yeah.
I reckon it's fresh start straight after because he fucked up. Boom, get off.
Does he have it against Canberra? Week 1. Does he have it against?
Yes, he does.
He does.
That was the
That's a
14th of
mystery.
September.
It's a
The
Shibasaki mystery.
Shibasaki mystery.
The mystery of the forgotten goatee.
goat. It's one of the greatest goatees of all time.
Yeah, it's a
You
big,
pride yourself. You've got a great goatee.
Oh, mate, but he's just like
He's
just the one that goes down and down. Like that's
Yeah.
a
It's
lot of
legit.
work.
Yeah, it's legit.
A lot of work.
Do you reckon, I wonder why he got rid of it right in the last final 2 games. 'Cause
maybe
that
out
would be-
Munstered Munster.
the mustache.
Mustache.
The mustache.
Because Munster grew it.
There we go.
Mustache.
All right, here's another good one. This one comes from Leo Henry. And it's what if. It's a big what if. It's a hypothetical. Hey, boys, Channel 9 posted the high shot highlights from the game. In Walsh's final try-saver on Pappy, you can see from the high angle none other than Payne Haas coming across ahead of any other player from the midfield. At the speed he's moving, I think he covers a tackle on Pappy if Walshy misses.
Jeez.
Or potentially makes a different read. Crazy that from Payne Haas in the 79th minute.
The man's a different breed. The man is a different breed. And that play that Walshy did, very underrated, right? What he did to check and release and to go bang bang on the Pappy, and Pappy was moving. And if Payne Haas is moving like that, I reckon he gets him as well. But
Have you seen the high shot of it, Lukey? Are you trying to find it?
I
reckon he
know. I
gets there
think
too.
maybe because Pappy. I reckon Pappy could have just went and beeline for the corner even more. You don't know. But like that
Ezra was
play,
also on the right as well.
Yeah, but that play was outstanding. That from Walshy. It's how hard that is to do. Like the sideline was there. You know what I mean? If he takes him on the sideline and he just pops it up, if he had his time again, I think he'd do something different.
They asked him in the presser, and he goes, "Is there any strategy in between in deciding like who to take there at the end when on the tackle on Pappy?" And he's sort of like joking around, but you could tell like it had some merit to it, like he had actually thought about it, or it's something that he'd thought about before.
Who passed him? Was it Katoa?
Ali Katoa,
See,
and he said something, and I'm paraphrasing now, but it's something around the lines of like, I don't know, like in a 2-on-1, in the split second, you've got to make a decision, and I just. My thing is I go for the fastest player.
His instinct, yeah, exactly. So his instinct, so just say with Katoa, right? If Katoa had this time again, he would take him on and try and really like get him in and then little pop up to Pappy. If he had him
but
again.
even more so, the decision around him making the call was basically on a 2-on-1 with some space, and you could see that he had defenders. He's like, I'll go for the quickest guy, and if he dummies and goes himself, then hopefully his teammates, aka Ezra, who was in range, can potentially tackle
in that moment.
In a
split second, I'm just like, how do you make that?
Crazy.
Freaky play.
So it would have been even crazier if he had taken Ali Katoa and Payne Haas was the one who ran down Ryan Pappenhausen. Go look at the high shot while we're looking. There's Channel 9 have got the slow-mos and everything.
Insta?
Go and have a look. Yeah, go and have a look of it. Get it up because I reckon Payne Haas gets him as well. Just a little bit on the golf day as well. Another big thank you to everyone and a huge thank you to Joey Damon, who was part of my crew.
Yeah.
Joey actually dropped his vlog as well from the day. So many people. There was a couple of comments on our channel about us shooting a vlog. We didn't do it. But Joey was in my group and he did a really good vlog of the day. So it gives you a little bit of a glimpse into the golf day. So go to Joey D's Golf Club on YouTube, like and subscribe, and that will give you the best taste of the golf day.
28,000 views already.
Yeah, it's pumping. So, and also give Joe Damon a shout out and follow on Instagram. He's hilarious. He's a Kiwi guy, so it might be a little bit different humour.
Funny without being funny. Like that's what I love. comedians, they try and be funny every time. It's like, dude, you're just naturally funny. Like whatever you say is funny anyway.
He's got that dry sense.
Yeah, but you don't. He doesn't even have to try and be funny. I'm just laughing anyway.
Yeah. And sometimes he says stuff that's like funny only to a couple of people, but not everyone. Not everyone. Here we go. This one, he deserves more of a shout out. I guess we talked about him, but this is from O2 DOS. Not enough has been said about how dominant Ezra was. His pure aggression turned the tides against the Storm on that right edge. He had the right edge rattled.
We spoke about it.
Yeah.
We spoke about it. We probably just didn't give it enough because we talked about Walsh. We talked about Payne Haas. We broke both teams down, right? But we know how important Ezra was. I think if Ezra was not on the bench and in the positions they were with Ben Hunt injured at the end, not playing too good, Reynolds going off in the 42nd minute.
Yeah.
And then you got a guy like Ezra Mam coming off the bench, motivated, skill set off its head, so fast. Like you got to account for that man all the time.
Yep.
It's fit. And I reckon if they don't have Ezra Man, they probably don't win.
I don't think they get past Penrith the week before without Ezra as well.
He is that dangerous of a man. I wouldn't even be surprised. I mean, I know he'd be black book for a little bit for what he did at the start of this year, but fucking there's a green and gold jersey and a maroon jersey waiting for him.
Oh, for sure.
He just has to bide his time and just pay. You know, you do stuff like that. You do stupid shit. You're going to have to just wait for about a year or two before you get your jerseys.
As good as that grand final performance was in 2023, I walked away from watching that game, the last two games with Ezra, even more confident in his abilities, in his what he's capable of doing. I think he's going to be like I honestly walked away, and we mentioned it, like you talked about it a little bit with both Ren and Hunty. Like for sure, when you got them on a really club-friendly deal with the experience that they've got, I still think they're a part of their best 17 next year for sure. Don't get this twisted at all. But I really think moving forward, as long as the Broncos have Payne Haas, Paddy Carrigan, Reece Walsh, and Ezra Mam, they are a top 4 team. When you build around them and you get nice pieces like a Tony Staggs, Jordan Riggy, I don't want to undersell anyone else that's there, but I think that's their big 4 moving forward. I didn't have that opinion of Ezra going into this final series.
We knew that at the start of this year when we're like, who's the most talented team? Who's the most talented team? We both said Brisbane. It's just a matter of like getting their shit together.
Yeah.
Is it the right coach? Do they buy in? Do they do this? Do they do that? We said that right at the start. They fucking bought in, didn't they? And that's a dangerous team.
But to my point, with Ezra specifically,
okay.
Going into this final series, I didn't have that opinion that you could build a team around Ezra and Walshy. I thought, Walshy is for sure showed signs of it. But now I'm leaving. If I'm a Broncos supporter, maybe Broncos supporters, you let me know. If you always seen this, I knew he was capable of big moments. I knew he was an X-factor player. But the composure, the aggression, the big moments, the not overplaying his hand in the final 2 games, I now believe that Ezra Mam doesn't require Adam Reynolds, Ben Hunt, Billy, whoever it may be, to be successful.
I agree.
I think they can be that's a top 4. That's a quartet that they can win premierships with moving forward if you make some nice moves in and around those 4.
I totally agree. He's the guy. He's the next man up.
All right, and here is the Madge versus Kevy debate, and we'll put a bow on this because this one comes from Daniel Robinson, and he's been someone who replies a whole heap. He's an L1 from day one. He's been a lifelong Broncos fan, and he loves Kevy. But he thinks that there was absolutely zero chance Kevy delivers that premiership. The players loved Kevy, but they probably didn't have the fear of him enough to do the 1%ers that Madge got out of him this year that ultimately delivered the title. Kevy can sometimes let the standard slip a little bit, and the result showed off the field. Also, I don't know if he makes the tough calls. We talked about the calls around. Remember, obviously the big one is the Marty Tapu'u one. Maybe Marty doesn't even have that decision because Kevy, they have a relationship. But also, Marty was starting over a guy like Hetherington. And Hetherington...
back the big stand on business as well.
Yes, he was too. Yeah, but also Hetherington was on the outer with Kevy too, remember? And Hetherington was a really important part of the last 2 games. Doubtful whether Kevy would have left Cobbo out as well and Arthurs over guys like Mariner and Karapani. All of this is hypothetical
by the way.
Yes, exactly. But this is a diehard Broncos fan.
Very subjective.
Kevy had 4 years with top roster and great resources, but unfortunately he only made the finals once. He tried his best, got close, but Madge got it done, came in, drove standards, prioritised fitness and rewarded hard work. The rest is history.
Pretty well said.
It's pretty well said from a diehard Broncos fan.
From a diehard, you know, you wanted... Kevy is the most beloved Bronco, him, Alfie Langer. I'd say 1 and 2. I'd say Alfie is the most beloved.
Yep.
And then I'd say Kevy.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that's how it goes. And and people get nostalgic.
Yep.
People wanted Kevy to win. They wanted him to, because the last 2023 they got beat. It was fucking just a couple of plays away, you know. And then like 2 years later they win it. They're like, oh, their blueprint is Kevy already wrote the blueprint. You know, like obviously something was missing. You know, and maybe it's the little things that this guy's been saying.
For sure the standards.
It's the standards and everything like that. And we hear rumours, you know what I mean? We're not just sitting here with absolutely no idea about how the Broncos are moving, right? We know. We talk to people. We talk to people that are in the building, right? And they're like, yeah, you know, like they know what's going on. So, you know, you do hear rumours like this, standards dropping, all this kind of stuff, you know, but like...
I just think it's out on the field, mate. Like if you look at the last 3 games and the Raiders, Panthers, and Storm game, all 3 games they had to come from behind, and when you think about it, the way they beat the Storm and Panthers, who have been the blueprint for the rest of the competition.
Canberra, that's
Storm have been the blueprint for 20 years. Yeah. Penrith have been the blueprint for 5 years. Both of those teams in years past against a Broncos team, in my opinion, again, hypothetical, there's no way the Broncos are fit enough to run them down.
They don't. Yeah, exactly. Because they play that field position sort of football, right? And usually they run the Broncos down. Yep. And you see, Payne Haas will get through that, Carrigan, all this kind of stuff. But the benchies are really run out of gas. How many times have we seen Walsh in the last couple of years fucking gasping for air?
Yep.
He's fullback.
Yep.
Cobbo looking unfit. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck, he's got him fit.
Yep.
He's got him fit and ready to roll for 80 minutes where they haven't... What happened at the end of the 2023?
Yeah.
Fitness.
They ran out of gas.
They ran out of gas. They didn't look like running out of gas all year.
No.
They come back and beat teams. So
even though they were coming back in games, right? I felt like if the games went longer, not only did they win the game, they also got, like you say, if the game went for 100 minutes, I don't think the Broncos win by a little bit. I think they blow
fucking roll you straight out.
They were getting better and stronger as games were going on and getting into the deep end. And that is Madge.
And you can't tell me that is not that crazy man Madge.
Yeah.
And he's S&C and all the people around him that have driven those guys at the start of the year when people whinge, we're doing in fucking army camps and all this kind of shit. No. This is the level you got to get to, boys. And I don't think these boys have been exposed to this sort of training and what it's like. Where Madge does, and he's been involved with South, and obviously he had a shit record. You know, because that's the thing. It's the Melbourne what he bought. He bought Melbourne to South. Yeah. South were ready to win. Then he tried to take that shit to West. They were a bunch of kids. And they just went, what the fuck are you doing?
They just weren't ready.
They weren't ready. They weren't ready mentally. They were a bunch of kids. They're getting flogged. They're going, who is this prick? He's just killing us every single day. Some kids can adapt. Some can't. Some would have gotten better as players with Madge. Yeah. Some just would have went, this is fucked. I would rather fucking dig holes.
So some take that away from Madge, even at the Tigers, right? And they might have taken that away and become better football players for it. But as a team, it just didn't work at the Tigers.
No, it didn't. And that's where when you hear Gordy going, well, this is what he did at the Tigers. Boom, boom, boom. This is what he did at the last couple of years. He fucking rode like Sammy Burgess and GI and all these greats into the ground.
Yeah. Hopefully he learns from that, though.
No. Well, he obviously has.
Hopefully
he doesn't. Yeah.
This is only year 1. So, he got result. You know what I mean by that?
I understand what you're saying.
Hopefully he doesn't burn out Payne Haas, Carrigan, go too hard and just chase that 3 and 4 in a row.
Yeah.
Like, you got to try to figure out what... He's got to obviously take little bits from Craig Bellamy and why Craig Bellamy's been able to adjust. And also have a look at what fucking Ivan's done at Penrith and go pick and choose his times. Like... He doesn't have to run Payne and Paddy into the ground. No. He's got, and I think that's a part of coaching and maturing as well.
100%. And you'd think, and you would hope to God that he doesn't run him into the ground, and he just goes, okay, What happened with the Tigers?
What happened with South?
What happened there?
Yeah.
That's more like it.
Yeah.
I had a group of men at South. I medically retired a couple of the greats.
They should have won a couple with that.
Yeah,
squad.
but I medically retired these dudes because I just didn't let them up. I didn't give them the 30. When you're 30 plus, you get the fucking day. You get the days off where the young fellas are just going mad.
Yeah.
That's what Wayne Bennett does. That's what Belly does.
Yeah.
You know, if you get to earn that when you're over 30. You play 200 games. You play 20 origins. You play 20 tests. I don't have to do this shit.
Yeah.
Not like that, but like you just get told,
Different type
go
of
swim.
training.
Go swim
Yeah.
instead of running out there. So it's like little things like this I think Madge will learn from. And if he doesn't, it'll be a shame.
Do you see, I thought Kevy had a really good comment around Billy. So there's been a chat around Billy getting a ring. Billy Walters, highly important member of everything that they
deserved
did.
it.
They don't get to it without Billy Walters. And I loved it.
Great year, Billy.
We didn't talk about this as well.
Yeah.
Ren calling Billy onto the stage was awesome.
That's fucking a magic moment.
That's something that we forgot. But if Kevy goes, if Billy needs a ring, I've got 6 of them. You can have one of mine.
See, that's what I love about
Yeah.
Kevy, right? Yeah. I mean, he would have loved it. He would love to be coach out there. He would have loved to win a ring for the Broncos as a coach. But then he's just laughing.
Yeah.
He laughs about it, you know. Like it hurts him a little bit, but at the end of the day, you know, like it sucks his boy didn't get the opportunity to play. He goes, well, I got 6 of them at home.
You know what? I reckon,
love it.
and you know Kevy better than me, and probably you've definitely done stuff with Kevy. I reckon, the hurt of not being the coach when he bleeds the Broncos. But I reckon the hurt more, even though he's making a joke about it, like Billy not being able to play.
That hurt me.
That would hurt him more than him not being the coach.
Yeah, 100%. Because Billy would have 100% been in that team and he would have had a ring and that would have been enough.
The Broncos are for sure going to give him a ring.
No, I know they will, but I'm just saying that would have been enough for a father to watch his son represent the Broncos, which you represented, and get a ring. I don't think he would have given a fuck about coaching. He would have got his boy, and I reckon that would have made him
would have made it all
would have made it all worth it.
Yeah.
It would have made him all worth it, and that's what gets me inside because I know how emotional Kevy is. Kevy's a very emotional human, mate. Like he's been through a lot as a man, and like I've had him as assistant coaches in tests and up in Newcastle. And whenever he talks, he's highly emotional, right? He's on the verge of tears every time he talks.
Given the context of now that the Broncos have won, is there any extra pressure on Kevy with his Kangaroos tour than there was maybe like a month, 6 weeks ago?
I think there's pressure on Kevy for a tour like this regardless, not because they won.
Fuck,
because
you don't lose the Ashes. We haven't lost since 1970.
1970, 20 years. And also like, because people don't give enough, even though I think England are going to be a problem for you guys, mates, I really do. Sean Wayne, great coach.
I like Sean Wayne.
Getting them all fired up.
Too fired up too early.
Did you watch that clip?
Yeah.
There's some guys in the Super League that people aren't aware of down here that are going to fucking surprise people.
Yeah.
And it's hard to play up there, but they are expected to win. Like, that's it. Like, and that's the pressure that Kevy will be under. So,
Kevy just and gone are the days, right, where you put that jersey on and you just win. You know what I mean? Like, you got to work now because, you know, like you can go, we'll go through the teams of the Pacific nations. There's probably about 6-7 players easy that could slot into that squad, right? You know, so gone to the days when you had the biggest, like, there was never a test I went into that I thought we're going to get beat. You know, like maybe one.
Even though you're a chance to get
2005 Kiwis, Four Nations final, I'm like, we're in trouble. Because they were up for it. They bashed the shit out of us. They had like Ruben Wiki, Nigel, like that. Oh, geez, man. Like, no excuses at all. I was like, they were the better team. They bashed the shit out of us. Right? That's the only test I went into going, yeah, we're in trouble here. Nothing else. But like this team now, like, I think this young Aussie team that's going over there, ignorance is bliss sometimes, right? You go over there, you think you're playing a fucking test there. It's just England. No, it's not fucking. It's Great Britain. It's Ashes. This goes all the way back. It's fucking 100 years old. It's so much, and this gets driven into the English. Gets driven into Great Britain. You know what I mean? Like you watch. Just say some people from who was the Scottish winger? He used to play for Newcastle.
Carney
used to have his head down. Never
Is he
used
Irish?
Irish boy.
Yeah.
Irish. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
God save the Queen. Head down. You know what I mean? Things like that are happening.
Is it Great Britain? Is it?
Great Britain.
I thought it was. Is that what the Ashes is? Great Britain.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha,
it's Great Britain. So you see, so you might see a Welsh kid or something like that who doesn't. They don't fuck with the Queen or the King.
The Irish
head down. Irish definitely not. But you know what I mean? Like some Scottish might have their head down. Yeah. You know, it's a rule. It's means something. Right. You watch them sing, they got fucking tears all running down their eyes, right? Just fucking belting it out, and you can fucking see them because they're just across the road from you, right? And you just like, you are in for one. Because it's just like, when we feel it, right? Like we love our anthem and everything like that. But it's barely when you see a whole fucking team fucking screaming out, God save the Queen, and fucking crying. Grown-ass men. So then you got to take the kick off. Fucking bring that shit on.
Good luck, Robbie Kearns.
Yeah, thanks, Robbie Kearns. But that's the sort of energy that's going to bring.
Yeah.
Wembley's going to be like that. And it's going to, when they all walk out together, and it's a special moment, man. It's a special moment. They haven't done that. So it's like,
we're off in a couple of weeks.
Be great.
We're off in a couple of weeks, aren't we? Can't wait for it.
Tickets for the show's in bio.
Okay, in the bio. And Sean Wayne hasn't named his team yet too, because they've got to get through the Super League Grand Final.
Is that this weekend?
Yep.
Is Hargraves suspended for the Grand Final?
No,
thank fuck.
Here's my tinfoil hat on this. Remember, so
fucking barely touched him.
Couple of years ago, there was a fucking really bad one on Petahiku.
That's
Same
right.
team, Hull KR, remember? And we, people were blowing up.
Suggs, Hull KR.
Not to the level of Jared, because obviously Jared is a different level to Peta, and also it's his final game ever. So my tinfoil hat is the RFL had such a harsh fine on him to get attention to the grand final. They were always going to let him win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you think. I was hoping that. And you're right.
Yeah. Because that was a fucking disgrace.
Because I was just like, I have seen, that's his normal tackle.
Yeah.
And it barely hit him.
But you know what? It was fuck yeah. Talk about mitigating circumstances. We're talking about that with Walsh as well.
Mitigating.
He was near around his bootlaces. But guess what? Guess what happened? It was on 360. It was on it was on Triple M. It was on SEN. It was on, we're talking about it on our show. Now, people are talking about that grand final because of Jared Hargraves more down here, which is great for the RFL.
Fuck, I love it.
It's
I love
great
it.
for the Super
You've
League.
done well. I'm all for it.
And maybe
all for it.
Maybe they get a few more eyeballs for the Super League.
Well, they will get a few more eyeballs.
Is that this weekend? You can watch that on KO?
Yep. You can watch it on KO.
It'll be good to see Hull KR win.
I'd love to see Hull KR win. Yeah. Willie Peters has done such a good job.
We didn't never fucking lose.
Yeah, Wigan don't lose big
games.
games.
They don't lose big games.
I'm trying to find a lineup.
We had a message from 98 LBC. That pass to Walshy to Dean Mariner for the try was from Hunty at hooker. No, that was from Cory Paix, like I said. Joey in commentary maybe confused a lot of people because Joey said it was Benny Hunt because Benny Hunt at one point was playing hooker, but it was 100% Cory Paix that made the play, the big play. Munster gets out, puts pressure on him. He keeps his feet, puts it to Reece Walsh, who throws the cutout ball to Dean Mariner.
Had a great year, Paix.
Paix is good, mate.
I wonder what he does next year. Is he off contract?
No, he's still there. So our man Smoothie's off. Remember I said that? So Smoothie and Hetherington are off.
Smoothie's surely got to stay.
No, he's gone. Smoothie's going to Wakey. Hetherington's going to Manly. And
that's goodbye for Manly.
Yeah, goodbye. Exactly what they need. All right, here's one on Melbourne and sort of the Storm, and I want to start on this one, Mace, because I can relate to this, right? Yeah. Pappy and Storm review. This one comes from FP, SPL, SL, whatever it is. It's a weird username. Thanks, Levels. Love your work as always. Couldn't help but think you guys went easy on Pappenhausen in your review. The biggest one was his attitude in defence. I didn't see him put his body on the line to protect the goal line and came up with key errors in attack. Here's my thing with this, and I've lived this. I've been in the grand final. Mason knows what it's like to be a Clive Churchill Medal winner and win the grand final. These boys have heard, they know the criticism.
So does Pappy.
Pappy knows there will be parts. Pappy knows, Munster knows, Tui knows, Jerome knows. Ali would love that pass back, even though he was excellent in the game. Like Warbrick, I talked about him being. Here we go. Here's the thing with Warbrick. He hasn't been picked in the New Zealand team. I really think he was rattled in that game, but because it was a grand final,
I think he's dropped out.
Who knows?
Personally, I think it's that hit that Ezra got him. We talked We talked about it on the way in. I think it's like, you don't take 20 weeks off during the year and then you get really rattled there. You start seeing some things that you don't want to. He's looking after his health.
Yep. And I think that's what affected him for sure. So all these players, they all had different moments that they'd love back in the grand final. They just lost the grand final. We can give constructive criticism throughout the year and we can sort of pick apart. We can pick parts of their game where they could have been better for sure. But
what would you pick out of Pappy's game that was wrong?
Definitely the turnover was a huge play.
The flick pass was silly.
The flick pass, he should have just, even if he wasn't going to make it, we said that in review, should have dug his heels in.
That's all I see that.
No, there's the other big thing with him, and I talked about this in praising Karapani and the improvement with Walsh, with Karapani and Dean Mariner. So many balls hit the deck for Pappy, in and around Pappy, Coates and Warbrick.
Weird.
It's
not Melbourne-esque.
They're the blueprint, mate, because they've got Billy Slater who changed the game with the way that he kick receptions, kick returns.
Newcastle was doing. That's what I expect from them. They were letting the ball bounce.
Yeah.
In some games. Like some teams this year were just letting the ball bounce.
Yeah, multiple teams do.
Fucking stupid.
But Melbourne are the best.
But not Melbourne.
Melbourne and Penrith have been the best teams at grabbing the ball, returning as quickly as possible. And that's a part where like the pendulum with Pappy and I reckon Warbrick and Coates could have been better. But like I keep going back to, they've just lost the grand final. The criticism, you can have it. You can have your criticism if you're a Storm fan.
But what about his defence when they're trying to say his attitude in defence? What do you want him to do? Like body on the line? He's trying his best. He weighs fucking 75 kilo, wringing wet.
Do you think he could have done any more?
Well, in what areas? Like saving tries?
Yeah, I guess in when Walsh is putting those players over.
When Walsh scored that try, he should have been stopped by 5 players. That was just a freakish try, but he's the last man in defence. He should have been hit. That's a great try, but he should not have scored that try. You know what I mean? Everything else, I just think, when they're going for the corners and shit like that, you get caught in the middle there and then bang, 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 you get caught with numbers and the most basic tries when you think it's man on man. Like, Pappenhausen's waiting for a kick and he's doing all these things. You got to understand the game, mate. Because he's trying to back rolls are trying to go through. Halfbacks are trying to get you up. Trying a little kick in, and then if they don't see that, then they'll pass it, and then you got to get on your bike again, and next minute you're going against a 100 kilo winger who's got room to move. You're not stopping it. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of you don't say that his attitude in defence was poor, because like he's trying his ass off. He could have made a couple of better decisions, right? But like
that's my point.
I don't think that he could have done that much better in defence. In attack, there's a couple.
Sure, you can go back and watch every grand final for all the losing teams that lost and pick apart parts of the game where, could have made a tackle, could have got on a ball, could have got kick pressure, whatever. Like I said, I've lived it. How many times have I thought about things that I could have done in that grand final a little bit more that could have helped my team get a victory? Yeah. Like I said, there are a number of things you can go through, but I'd rather, especially in a grand final, in a really good grand final, I chose to focus more on the positives and some of the excellence in the game rather than going in and just hammering a guy like Pappy.
Imagine if Katoa just like jaws and passes and he scores that try.
As good as he was, like he'll be thinking,
one is saying a word.
He'll be thinking about,
You know what I mean? Like just say he scores and then it's like they win. Yeah. No one says a word about that.
For sure. Then the criticism would be on everyone else but Reece Walsh in the Broncos, pretty much. And
so
maybe
like,
Ezra.
Don't try and think that these players go in there and don't put their body on the line. This is ridiculous.
Speaking of putting his body on the line, Payne Haas has been doing that for a while. And there is... we only said this last week. We weren't going to talk about...
What are we going to do?
R360. But this is a big one, and this is huge because I reckon this is the biggest threat to the NRL if they are able to get a marquee player like Payne Haas in his prime. So apparently talks have been put on hold, but the reports are Haas and his management postponed a Zoom call meeting which was supposed to happen this week until they find out clarity around their obligations to the NRL around the November 1 deadline. So Haas and his manager Ahmed Mahi were scheduled to meet with the R360 officials on Wednesday, but opted to delay talks. This has been my sort of big question off the back of it, and I was sort of asking this on radio yesterday as well. And I think this is more. I got my answer on it yesterday, Mace. But my question was, why would R360 care about our November 1 deadline, which prevents other teams talking to players when they are a different competition?
Yeah.
It's not necessarily about R360. It's about the managers and players and the repercussions and penalties that they could receive.
It's got to play.
Just say if it doesn't play out and it doesn't go the way and they don't end up signing, then there could
just
be...
do it properly. The managers are going to do it like by the book,
Yep.
and that's all they're doing, right? With everything else, like I know what Payne Haas is going to do, but when I'm looking at that money, 10 mil to switch, like Payne Haas has played, he's won Origins, he's won a comp now, he's played over 150 games. He's he got? Like another 8 years left, maybe, and that's just pushing it, maxing out his body. His body's going to be fucked by the time he retires. Nowhere near the money like this, and if you go and make a switch now, I would not be hating on him.
The reason I've bring him up, and I think he's an outlier, he's, for me, similar to the elite talents like SBW, like Sammy, who can not necessarily go over to another code and be super successful like Sonny's stats.
But it took Sonny a while.
But it'd be very hard to replicate what Sonny did.
Oh, yeah, of course. But let me make it clear. It took Sonny about 3 or 4 years to understand the game.
But no, it's less about that. So I want to be clear with what my point is first. So them going over and making the transition and going over and then coming back to rugby league, because I believe a lot of the people that go to R360 will eventually come back. I think it's definitely a threat, and there will be players of this level that go over there, but only a few have the ability to go over and still come back and play in the NRL at a his level. That's my thing, and I think there are only a couple of people that have been able to do that. I think there are players that might look at this money grab, go over, and then regret going there because their form dips and they're not the same player when they come back to the NRL.
And they get the ball once again. It's a full-on 15 aside. It's not like it's not a hybrid 9 aside or anything like that. We don't know. So I don't know anything like that, but I know for a fact when you're talking to a guy like Payne Haas who gets the ball whenever he wants, right? 20, 25 touches a game, Pappy, all these sort of blokes. You go to Union, that's a totally different game. It's a totally different game. It's way more methodical. What position does Payne Haas play? Does he play 6? Because he'd be the best 6 if the All Blacks had him, or if Australia had him. Be training from 6 or an 8, right? You wouldn't be putting. They usually try and chuck you into 12 because it's the easiest way to get the ball.
Is that the easier transition?
Yeah, that's why they put Sonny in there. That's when I went over there for a little bit of a holiday.
Yep.
Sammy at 12, but we're not naturally 12s. We're 6s and 8s. But it's so hard to learn.
What kind of calibre is he going to be coming up against in this league?
You just don't know.
That's what doesn't know.
I just think. This is what we need. We need more information before we really dissect this. But it's happening.
There's a draft apparently.
Yeah. So here's what's going to happen, and that's a great question, Lukey. So here's what you've got to consider. If you've watched this play out in both golf, and I use them as probably the main 2 examples, but there are other sports that have the Saudis in particular, and all the money that's in that's going to be involved with this R360. Yeah, is the products of even the live golf, like me being a golf fan and watching golf over the years and watching the majors, it's for sure had an effect on the majors, right? Live golf, I can't get into it. I'm sure there are people that get into it, but they don't care, mate. As long as they have the star power, that's all they care about with these people with money, right? So it won't even come close to the comparison of what we have in the NRL and even what they have in rugby union. But they're not going to care because they've got the star power.
If you're looking at how they've been rolling with the Saudi league, with the soccer, Ronaldo, Benzema, all these sort of blokes, mate, they threw fucking millions of dollars, $500 million at Ronaldo, 40, right? They just want the best players in there, right? That's how the Saudis roll, mate. Look at the Turkey. The Turkey's just going over there, just getting the best fights in the world, right? Saudi just want fucking the best athletes. They want to put the best shows on. Hey, they're looking at rugby union now. They're like, all right, well, who's the best sort of... They wouldn't have a fucking clue about anything like rugby league or union. I think that's the same sport. Oh, well, who's the best players in this NRL thing? All right, Payne Haas, Kalen Ponga. What are we paying? Fucking whatever we want. Who cares? And then there's no tax.
Have you seen the team, like the locations of the teams where you'll be playing from? London, Miami, Tokyo, Dubai, Boston, Cape Town, Lisbon, and Madrid.
Fuck me, I'd be going straight away.
Yeah,
I wouldn't doubt. Like, if I'm Payne Haas, right? I've just done everything. If I'm any of these players that are like, just say, 20, 25 and above, and I've achieved everything that I wanted to achieve in this game, and can still come back. Maybe I'm going there for 2 years. I'm collecting, and I'm coming straight back. If I'm Fox will kill it.
Well, that's what the big dog Vlandy's saying. He's saying you're not welcome back.
Yeah, so you can't. That's a. I don't think you can follow through on that. Yeah, I don't think.
Well, that's just trying to just. The RLPA will be all over that. Clint. That's when Clint Newton just steps up.
But, okay, what's an implication? Let's say this starts, because obviously every episode we keep talking about it. What are implications that it has back here for what the NRL does to combat this?
I don't think they can do anything, mate. They really can't. Like the other sports, if you look at what's happening, you've just got to make sure that the product of the NRL won't die. It'll be frustrating for some fans. There will be some. We've got so much talent here. We'll bring through talent. They'll have the opportunity to make decisions like that as their careers go on. But the quality of the NRL is just so good at the moment, and the popularity.
You just be filthy because Payne Haas is our best player, right? He's the biggest name. He's our best prop, and I would hate to see him go. Me personally, anyone else, not really that phased. Outside backs are dime a dozens. They're everywhere, right? I just seen a guy like him. That's why they're going for him. They're going for him, and they're fucking putting $10 million down because they know how big a name he is, and they just rip the guts out of us. Just because Payne Haas isn't like all through the media and all that sort of shit, he's Payne Haas. Like, he's our best player. So, like, I'm not sure, Pappenhausen, if he goes, I couldn't give a fuck. If anyone else goes, like, name some other names? Like what they've been trying
Zach's
to say.
the other big one.
Zach couldn't give a fuck. I don't care. If they go, good, go. Go for a couple of years. See what happens. Like, good for you. Go get your money, come back, or whatever if you can come back. But it doesn't really faze me that much.
Do you think Payne will be a big enough chip for them, like that will affect the competition?
Yeah, because it sucks. That's maybe just me. I'm just like, oh, fuck, not Payne Haas. Take the backs. Just do whatever you want. But just don't take too. Like, imagine if Tino goes. Right, Tino, Fanul Blake.
What about a half? Like, what about halves?
What about halves? If Cleary goes, like that would kill us. If Cleary went, kill us.
Payne better than most in that sense. Like, it feels like from even watching the stuff they did with Shamus, it'd be hard for him to uproot his life and then move and travel, be in fucking Lisbon.
That's a fair point.
You know what I mean? Looking after his family. Like,
he's saying that you got a shitload of money, you can sort your family out.
All I'm saying is this money
tax-free.
Money talks, tax-free. You can live all around the world. You can travel. And I just think maybe it's not made for Payne Haas. Maybe he doesn't want to play. Maybe he does. Right, this grand final thing this is the one that he's been looking for. Now he's got it. Now it's like, all right, now I can go.
That can go either way. You can go, I'll tick that box and I can leave, or you can go, you know what, this tastes fucking really good.
I know. I understand. I understand, but I'm just saying, like, anyone else, like, you look at it through that Aussie team, Mitch Moses would hurt, like Harry Grant would hurt, but I'm like, you got to go to union. You're not going to league. There's a whole different sport.
I'll tell you who it hurts the most. It's going to hurt the Broncos salary cap. Because in order to keep Payne Haas now, would have had to fend off
fucking heaps.
I don't think so. The reason it hurts the Broncos is because I think Payne Haas would have taken, as best he could, a club-friendly deal to not play against the Broncos. But with this Saudi money, he'll get the maximum. He'll get the maximum.
Yeah, they'll give him the most money. Like, if you're talking like 10 mil, that's generational wealth, right? And tax-free. Like, come on, man.
All right, we'll see if this plays out because this is all just hypothetical.
Hey, right, it's someone's going to go, just not Payne Haas.
All right, let's get to the Pack Champ squads because we announced the. Let's give a shout out to Josh Adokar.
Yeah, Fox. Good work,
Foxy
Foxy.
Bradman Best have been called into the Roo squad as well. So shout out to Foxy and Bradman Best.
I have a question on that. Like, surely Kevy picks up the phone to Zach before and goes, hey, we're going to pick you. And he's like, oh, I've got an abdominal strain. That's what I don't like.
Yeah, my...
Maybe it wasn't
do you
as
want to
bad.
chuck the tinfoil? What would you think tinfoil hat then?
He just wants to be named in the squad to get that notoriety.
No.
And then...
No,
maybe.
my tinfoil hat is...
Maybe.
He is a genuine... I think he's as genuine as it gets out of anyone who's going to make the change.
360.
And he just wants to stay out of the spotlight right now while it's all playing. Like, he doesn't want to be over on tour while all this plays out.
Oh, he doesn't want to play? You reckon he's sweet?
I reckon he's going to be the one that goes to R360. Yeah. Like, with a couple more. And then by the time
While they're over on tour and you slip over.
November 1, that gets announced around that time.
Because it just sounds... But even so, like, shouldn't Kevy pick up the phone before? And
I reckon
what's
he probably
that?
has.
That's what I don't understand. Like, Parramatta club puts a post out. Congrats, Moses and Lomax going to fucking Kangaroos.
I reckon there's been a change of heart and discussions behind like that Kevy wasn't made aware of. So it's changed, picked in the team. All this news starts breaking, and then he goes, "Fuck, maybe I shouldn't go on this." And then
management has a chat.
Well, it helps his price if he's doing anything as well. Because he's on a club friendly deal at the moment because of his coming across.
Just imagine if you say he's on 750, right? And then
I don't think he's on that. I think he's like 650,
just
isn't
700,
he?
He'd be on more
657.
than he may make.
Okay, and then R360 comes and goes 4 mil a year.
Yeah, take it.
What do you do?
Well, that's where I think that's what it sounds like where he's at. I reckon he'd be closer to maybe 2 mil.
And you can live wherever you want.
2 mil tax free.
I thought they were living in Saudi Arabia. You couldn't fucking pay me 50 billion to live there.
One of the teams, though, if you get drafted there, like I said.
Yeah, it depends if you get.
Oh, you get drafted into Saudi.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, so you're registered to the UAE,
Yeah, right.
Rugby Federation.
It's hot as fuck there.
Yeah, you'd be Dubai is the only one in the Middle East where you'd be living. Everywhere else is pretty popular city.
I know people that have lived there for a while and actually love it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's doable when you're looking at your paycheck.
Yeah. Fucking oath.
It's an expensive place, but it's an expensive place.
When it keeps coming through tax free though, fuck.
Damn.
Let's get to the Pac Champs squad. Some really good teams named for this Pac Champs. It's actually got me really excited for it too. I said this yesterday as well. My level of excitement probably hasn't been there just because we just had to get through the season. But once I've seen these squads, I am fucking so excited for the Pac Champs. So for Tonga Samoa, we got a couple of debutants in Ata Mariota, Benai Uelu, Lycan King Tongia, and a guy called Payne Haas will make his debut for Samoa. Not a bad debutant. Joining them players that have already represented Samoa, Blaise Talangi, Brian Toto, Chanel Harris-Tavita, Dean Mariner, Frankie Molo, Isaac Tungo, Jerome Luai, Jaden Sua, Jazz Tavanga, Jeremiah Nanai, Josh Papali'i, Junior Paulo gets recalled, Murray Talangi, Roger Tuivasa Shek, Simi Sasangi, Taylor May, and Terrell May.
Shut up. Damn. That's a side, man.
I was just looking at the lineups trying to figure it out. I reckon
I don't even care. That is just strong all over.
Blaise Talangi potentially in the key positions, Blaise Talangi at fullback. And I think Chanel Harris-Tavita at 6, Jerome Law at 7 make the most sense. I reckon the player that Samoa need to develop and they need his career to go really well at the Roosters for them to be... They're a serious threat now. Yellow. Yeah. Benai Uelu. I think he's the kid. Yeah, he's got a bit of legitimate. He's a legitimate 9. He's got a bit of craftiness about him, and if he develops like I think he's capable of at the Roosters, then I think he's the missing piece for the Samoan team.
Yep. And then you can just say who's your 7 there. You have Luai at 7.
Yeah, we'll see the part that they've been missing. In over the years, if they've had like Jazz Tavanga play 9, they've had Chanel Harris-Tavita play 9.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
They've had guys that aren't
even when we get to the Tongan side. There's always one spine out.
Yeah.
And they play that Sunday before we go overseas.
Yeah. So really?
We get to watch
Where at?
It's in Go Media. In Auckland.
We're not going there.
Kiwis versus Tonga Samoa.
Watch it.
I want to watch it.
Watching?
Yeah.
The finals in Australia. But the
I just thought it would have been at Parramatta or some shit.
Yeah.
But better to be in New Zealand.
Yep.
Better, way better.
All right, for the Tongan squad, actually, I'm going to go the guys that are returning, then we'll finish with the debutants because that's the best way of doing it. Shut up, Paul Alamoti, Kuli Kefu Fini Fuiaki, Adam Finau-Blake, Captain, Mo Fodawaker, Saliva Havili, Lehigh Hopewadi, Ali Katoa, Isaiah Katoa, Sione Katoa. How good is it fucking... The Tongan fisherman is the worst Katoa out of all of them, and he's a fucking gun.
KKKs.
It's good to be a Katoa for Tonga in the NRL. Felice Kafusi, Tolu Kola,
4Ks.
Sonny Luke,
5Ks.
Will Penasini, Jason Tomalolo, co-captain with Aden, Daniel Tupou, the OG, Siwa Wong, and the debutants for Tonga are Leka Halasima, Isaiah Yongi, Rob Toya, Stefano Uto Ikamanu, and Dimitri Gavaimawang.
Whoa!
That's a good Tongan squad.
What?
That's a good
Tonga. I'm looking at that. I'm like, we just read out that Samoan team. I'm like, everyone was bragging about the Samoan team. Everything's, they're going to beat this and that. That's a better side.
Oh, wow. That's a huge call.
Yeah, I think it's a better side.
Okay.
I just look at that. The backs are outstanding. The forwards are outstanding. That kid, Isaiah Katoa.
Isaiah Katoa's the key.
He's the one. Who plays 9 but Sonny Luke?
Maybe Saliva Havili will start and Sonny Luke come off the bench.
That's all right. Who's 6? This is the problem. Forwards coming out our ass.
Yeah, that is the problem. Like
you know what I mean? Like we don't. I can't see a 6 there. Paul Alamoti can probably play 6.
Maybe they go Isaiah Yongi because they got Lehigh Hopewadi at fullback.
I saw that in a draft lineup.
Okay.
What, Yongi can play 6?
Yeah. At Parramatta, him and Joash Papali were interchangeable. That's what I was saying at the back end.
Oh, yeah, I know that. But I just think Isaiah Yongi's one of the best fullbacks in the game.
Yeah, but just when you've got options in other positions, what I was saying, when you're watching Parramatta at the back end, they were interchangeable. So Joash would get in at first receiver sometimes. Isaiah Yongi would get out the back of shape sometimes, and they would mix and match. So that's why I said positionally for the 6 and 1, at least offensively, that's why it's not as big of an issue as it is these days. As long as you got a Mitch Moses at 7 or Isaiah Katoa at 7, you can make 6 and 1 work offensively.
So what would you do?
Yep, I'd go that. I'd go Isaiah Yongi at 6. I'd go Lehigh Hopewadi at fullback. I'd go OG Daniel Tupou on one wing. I'd go Paul Alamoti on the other wing. Mm-hmm. I would go Penasini and Kohler in the centres.
Yeah.
That's
good
side, Toya as well.
Oh, fuck, Toya's in there.
Toya. I would.
Yep.
Yeah, that's good. I reckon it's going to be between Penasini and Toya because they're both right edge. So
you're going with Toya, aren't you?
Fuck, man.
Fuck, you have to.
Goes good. Anyway, I think that's going to be, that'll be really
Who could play left centre then?
It'll be Tolu Kola will play left.
Alamoti. Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, yes.
The juice.
Jeez, that's a good side.
Leka Halasima left back row.
Okay,
Ali Katoa right back row.
Yeah.
Felice Kafusi potentially through the middle at lock.
Yeah.
JT at front row.
Fanua.
Adam Finau-Blake front row.
Yeah.
Bring Stefano off the bench.
Fedi Fuiaki off the bench. What a Siwa Wong off the bench.
Mo Fodawaker off the bench.
Damn. Yeah. That's just brutal.
Good team. All right, let's get to the Kiwis. So they've only got the one debutant. He's right at the end. Nelson Asafa Solomona, Dylan Brown, Aaron Clark, Phoenix Crossland, James Fisher-Harris, our man Foz, Jermaine Asako, Keanu Kinney, Seb Chris, Moses Leota, Jeremy Marshall-King, Casey McLean, Ronaldo Mulatalo, Chance Nickel-Klogstad, Britton Nikota, Isaiah Papali'i, Scotty Sorensen, Joseph Tarpany,
Joey Tarpany,
Matty Timoko, Nafahu White, and Mr. Stand On Beers, Xavier Willison makes his debut.
How good's that? Joey Tarpany, what a human. Eh?
It's going to be
one
a good
of the
team.
greatest human beings of all time.
He's a fucking gun.
Good team. It's expected.
It's up for grabs.
This is up for grabs. I'm not looking at all 3 teams going, there's a standout.
No.
There's not a standout. So you're probably looking at a spine here. So what are we looking at? We're looking at Dill Brown.
I'm going Keanu Kinney fullback.
Charles Nickel-Klogstad.
Let's start from 1. Let's go. No, Chanzi's. I think Chanzi might be in this. I'd go Keanu Kinney. Who would you go? Him or Chance? I think Stacey will go Chance, but I think
you go Chance. He's a bigger body.
Okay,
because they'll be coming down. They'll be He's light.
Dill 6, Fozzie 7.
Yep.
Jeremy Marshall King 9.
Yep.
Aaron Clark 13.
Yep.
Back row, Britton Nikita.
Isaiah Papali'i.
And Isaiah Papali'i.
Or Sorensen.
Or Sorensen.
Depends.
Front row, you're going to have you're going to pick between Joseph
Fish.
Tarpany, Moses Leota, James Fisher.
Yeah,
Harris.
God.
Nafahu White, Xavier Willison, who else? I'm a big nasty.
Wow. Well, one of them's missing out because I know. So Fish will be starting, and so will be our boy Taps.
Yep.
Joey Tarpany.
I think
Moses Leota. Moses comes off the bench with Big X or Nafahu White, and you've got to have some. You've got to have
Phoenix Crossland's got to be the 14.
Is he?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, yes. So Big Nels.
You know what I'm looking forward to? I reckon the left edge for the outside backs is going to be Casey McLean with Ronaldo Mulatalo on his outside, as if they're not going to be talking shit.
Oh, I love it. No, you get some good teams, man.
Yeah, right side will be maybe the 2 Canberra Raiders. Timoko and Osako potentially will be the right edge.
No, that'll be interesting.
It's a good team.
All 3.
Our man Fozzie.
How good's that?
Quadruple OG through the middle.
It'd be interesting to see this because everyone expects New Zealand to win because New Zealand's obviously been the top 3 in the world for the last 20 years.
Yep.
And now we've got these young Polynesian sides that are coming up and just going, "Oi, we're here, we're arrived."
Love it.
Deal with it.
Can't wait. So we're going to see... so this week, this is how we'll move forward, at least moving forward next week. We'll have no games to review on Monday because we have no footy, obviously. We'll be back for our Pack Champs preview on Thursday. And then moving forward after that week, depending on how we go with our schedule over in the Ashes, we might be able to get back to 2 episodes per week. We'll be talking Ashes, we'll be talking Pack Champs, and then we'll have games to review and preview. But next week, we'll be back on Thursday. Yeah. So we'll see you next Thursday.
So the game's on when?
Next Sunday.
Next Sunday.
Sunday
Plenty
week.
of time.
Oh, okay. Still got